Alright guys, it's Jed again. Just gonna make a wee video, share some thoughts. Been watching Flat Earth recently. I'm really losing the will between both sides, the globes and the flatties. I just don't get it anymore. What's the end to this? Because sometimes I think the globers want this to keep going as well, because they're bored. They've got nothing else to do. I really want to nip this in the bud. But anyway, I'll share a few thoughts. I had a hangout with Haunted House, Jonathan, which was quite good. We discussed what we believed in. Obviously I said it was a sphere earth, he believed it could be a flat earth. I asked him for his evidence and he brought up Rahu. So, or is it Rahu? I think it's Rahu, or Ragu. So that conversation, it was alright, but as soon as you start hearing Ragu and there's no evidence for it, what's the point? What's the point in discussing anymore? It was a civil conversation, but he's deleted it because he just was wrong. He looked wrong. People didn't like looking wrong on their own channels, so it was deleted. Anyway, after that, after the Haunted House stuff, I tried to get into You Been Exposed. I seen he was dropping a link in the chat. I thought, brilliant. I'm in the mood, because I just spoke to Haunted House. I thought, do you know what, that was a wee warm up. I'll go to You Been Exposed. And I heard him saying, make room, make room. So I thought, yes, I'll get in there. As soon as I got in there, it probably took about 5 seconds, someone removed me, blocked me, so I couldn't get back in. But P Mars was in there, speaking away. And I was telling P Mars when he was live that they kicked me in. He didn't say anything. But this is the tactics the flat earthers will use. They'll bring in opposition they find beneficial, opposition that they find not too antagonising, so they always can look right at the end. They can shout over them or mute them. Pacifists, I suppose you could call them that, pacifists. So I was pretty pissed off that You've Been Exposed removed me, or whoever it was, Arwen. But it was funny because Haunted House removed Arwen to let me into his hangout. So but let's have a look at You've Been Exposed. This must be one of the most, I don't want to be too harsh guys, but this is retarded, like really retarded guys. I didn't think Flat Earth has been so stupid. It was going along. I think a lot of flat earthers were getting more involved in the science, and they realised that a lot of early flat earth evidence or proofs were debunked. And they've moved on. They've made their argument more sophisticated. But as soon as these You Been Exposed guys and Bro Sanchez with his flat power, like he's creating this divide. It's an obvious divide. They both create divisions. And I seen Red Rhetoric speaking to Bro Sanchez, and Bro Sanchez was doing that to the screen every time Red was speaking. And it's the same with this You Been Exposed character. There was a guy that went on to his show. It sounded like another black guy, but he was pretty smart, and he was telling them that the Rob Skiba model was wrong. He was making a point about planetary alignments and things like that, and this You Been Exposed guy, Dread, just played music over him. Just played music over it, so the audience listening couldn't hear the guy's explanation. He was just playing music over him. How childish is that? This body bag shit, selling t-shirts, making money, begging for money, saying that NASA's taking money out of his pocket, taking food out of his kids' mouths and shit like that. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's begging. So we'll have a wee look at that, and I'll listen to a couple of hangouts lately. One was the FreeChan one that P Mars is now running, and that worries me because FreeChan in the past has just been like a training ground or a breeding ground for these imbeciles we now have all over YouTube spreading this shit. Not one person has came out of FreeChan that hosted FreeChan came out good. Look at Vinny, Dutch Vinny, Poncho Pete, Isa Mahalski. If you can go back on the FreeChan channel right to the beginning, when Isa, sometimes he didn't even look fit to be in front of camera. He was it's amazing if you go back and listen to the conversations and when certain people met up and things like that in the FreeChan. You can maybe start connecting some of the dots, because this IPS guy had a hangout with Timmy Osman, Upside Down Head, who's just IPS's little bum boy. P Mars was there, and P Mars made a point about his channel IPS being like a communist channel or religious fundamental channel, and it's true. And at the same time, IPS was saying, oh, we want to talk, and same with Tim Osman, oh, let's talk about this us and them mentality, and it's like, this is a guy that's creating the us versus them mentality. He's the one that's actually put the stamp on it. Before IPS came along, there was little sort of antagonistic groups here and there, but he's the one that's really cemented this meme with Fepe, and if you listen to the hangout guys, and like I said weeks and weeks weeks ago. This IPS guy isn't a flat earther. He's not a flat earther. He's seen this as an opportunity to make money. And this rocket, and I said this before as well, this guy is getting in the rocket. Mad Mike Hughes is getting in the rocket. What benefit is that to the experiment? You're adding weight, unneeded weight. We just need a camera. We don't need some evil Knievel wannabe. This is what Flat Earth should be saying. He can do what he wants. He can fly, what's it, a quarter mile? A quarter of a mile he got. And then he got half a mile, which is half a mile's about just over 2,000 feet. 2,000 feet, half a mile. That's the highest this guy's went. Half a mile, 2,000 feet. There's a hill outside my fucking house that's higher than 2,000 feet. There's people been on planes and shown the earth and still been denied the curve. So what makes people think that this Coca-Cola and Mentos technology rocket that looks like a tampon with some old douchebag in it is going to solve the fucking... This is what IPS is saying in the hangout. Once this is up, this should prove the Kármán line. The Kármán line's... Oh, Jesus, man. We'll have a look at how far the Kármán line is, but we're talking hundreds of thousands of feet. This guy's never gone hundreds of thousands of feet. You can't even get a quarter of a mile. I could probably jump higher than the guy's going to get. And they're raising money for this, and he says this is going to be the nail in the coffin. And if it isn't the nail in the coffin, if it proves it's a globe, oh, he's going to do a full 180. He's going to fight for the globe, he says. And it's just... And you hear... I don't know, it sounded like Tim Osmond was kind of rubbing his ego. Oh, you're well read, you're just laughing at everything he was saying. Check out for yourself, guys, you tell me. But I'm getting tired with this flat earth pish, and I'm getting tired with the ballers too, because I think a lot of the ballers are lonely. They want to go in these forums. I knew there was some kind of forum kicking about outside of YouTube. I think it was called Discord or Discourse or something like this. And I heard it was that Gav from Flat Earth After Party. He was running one. And Tim's mentioned to me to join this one, and I've not got time. I've not got fucking time. YouTube is about as much as I can give online. I don't even look at Facebook anymore. I used to be more of a Facebooker before, but now I've kind of put Facebook on the back burner for this. So, I don't know, guys. It's all been a bit weird, and I've had a sore head the past couple of days. I don't know if it's just irritating me. I think that this could be irritating me for some reason. I think I might just take a back step away from this for a while. I'm not going to say I'm going to go away completely, because I know a lot of people value my opinion. But the way I'm seeing it now, Flat Earth, Globe Earth, they all love this community. They all love it. Some people, I think, don't want it to go, even if they believe in the globe. Even if they believe in the globe, I still think they would want Flat Earth around just to feel smart or antagonise people, or just to feel part of some kind of community. So, and it's... Like I said, I watched that IPS hangout, and I wish a lot of people would have questioned this Mentos and Coca-Cola tech rocket, because it ain't it's not got fuel, it's not got proper fuel. This guy just fired, he's like an evil Knievel. It's not scientific, it's more of a extreme sport, if anything. What's $7 grand to get a name Flat Earth on the side of this tampon? It looks like a flying tampon. You should get Tampax on the side. And his last, guys, I've been reading the comments, and his last launch, there's people saying, you idiot, why did you do this, people that have probably got some kind of experience in this stuff, I don't know, a lot of people are saying derogatory stuff about it at launch, just saying he's an idiot, and this is what Flat Earth wants to be associated with. Cool, but then you go putting your money in that, then you go gain this guy money. Anyway, like I said, I spoke to Haunted House, he seemed a cool guy, but he deleted the video because I showed him he was wrong, in a polite way, and I done it with Martin as well. Martin didn't even realise when I had Martin on. He didn't even realise I was debunking him on the spot, because I wasn't going, haha, see. I was going, so why did this happen? So why does... And he's like, oh, because that... And I was like, but if that happens, that means this would happen. And he would be like, yeah. And then I would move on to the next question. And it's like, I didn't go, you did that, you like debunked. Like I didn't highlight it. But if you watch it properly and listen carefully, I'm debunking them, but just politely. And it was kind of the same way Jonathan. I wasn't getting a shouting match, and I wasn't trying to prove, I wasn't trying to shove my beliefs in his face, I was just telling him what I thought, and he told me what he thought. And if the viewers watching listen carefully, they can maybe get their own opinion, like even get something out of it. But I told Timmy, I told P that, well, my last video, it wasn't that I told them directly, but I said in my last video that arguing with these people is pointless. It's pointless, and this rocket launch is pointless. And I just wish one of yous in that panel with IPS would have said that to him. Said, this is a waste of time. Do you realise that this is a waste of time? But instead, his ego was getting stroked, and it got cringy to the point where it sounded like P. Mars was begging for forgiveness at the end. He was like, are you still angry at me? You pissed at me? No, man, you're drunk. It's like, oh my god, get a fucking spine, man. They're all turning into validation boys. Fuck, I can't wait till Dell realises it's the globe. Maybe he'll help me fight the flat earth once he realises it's the globe. Because he's got some fucking spine. At least that's somebody on some side that's got a fucking spine. Anyway, let's have a look at it. And like I said, this is fair use. And this is a copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that may otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational or personal tips, the balance in favour of fair use. So, like I said guys, it's all non-profit. This is just my opinion. Do with it what you will, but I know a lot of people don't subscribe to a lot of certain channels, and maybe they're waiting for me to highlight it instead of them having to dig through stuff. So I'll just bring up what I'm thinking when I see this stuff. You've been exposed. I'm going to expose him first. And you've been exposed. This just shows how stupid these people. That's not even a proper sentence. You've been exposed. You have been exposed, or you've been exposed. And you'll hear the language they use. They've got, like, this thread guy's probably got a vocabulary of maybe 50 words. It's just really, really shitty. And I'm annoyed that they just instantly kicked me off the panel because they know I'd rip them to shreds. They know I'd rip them to shreds. And the only people they keep on there is the token white guy. He looks like something out of that band Hanson for years ago. Just like this feminised male. And I would go on camera as well. I'm Jack. Anyway, let's have a look. Since I'm sharing. Who's here? John LeBon, Cheech, Dan, Laurie Gale. I'm going to have a look at the LeBon model up here. Look, Bon Earth model. Let's have a look at the Bon Earth model, John. Right. Cool. Some good people in the house. Oh, there's Glenny boy. I've got to go, guys. Thanks for having the show, Jed. I'll watch the thing when I get home, bro. Cheers, man. Evil Knievel wannabe, that's true. Get to fuck with your rocket, you wee bastard, says Dan. Hi, Maureen. Maureen must be in the house. Yep, Princess Skeptic. And like I said, I'm going to take a step back for the flat earth, but not in the way as in stop making videos. I'm just going to take a step back for the chats, like the live chats. Certain people I watch. I'm just going to stay away from the group mentality. You find yourself getting sucked into it. It's much more beneficial to be a skeptic and being a loner. But let's have a look at you being exposed. This guy, man. See this model we see here, the Rob Skiba one. This was debunked ages ago. We'll have a listen in.
But dog, you can see that, my brother?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what is that, a Doppler radar system or something, man? What is that, Nick?
Only y'all grown use that dog now.
Why what is it, Alaska? They only get only on nighttime.
Yeah, it's summertime when it's doing small circles here.
This model here has been so badly debunked. The thing is, you can't see that they've got the moon moving with the sun in the tropics, big circles and small circles, but that means people will be seeing the backside of the moon. When I was looking at the moon with Marvin from Australia, we were both seeing the exact same face of the moon. Like, everyone on Earth sees the exact same face on the moon. The difference what we were seeing from each other is that the face we're both looking at on his side was flipped upside down and the shadow was inverted, it was on the other side. So you never see the back end of the moon, but this model shows you the moon all over the place.
That makes sense here, does it not?
No, it doesn't, because if you look at the rotation, you know what I mean, it don't add up.
Yeah, but yo, my dog, I got everybody muted, brother. You still got an echo.
This guy was called Madon, and he sat there for a while arguing with him, and he made some good points, but he got music played over him. They're so ignorant, they were just using strawman tactics.
Hold on, JBO. Yeah, he did it too.
Maybe I'm trying to interfere with my connection.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, man, you're doing a really bad job of representing these people, man. They tired of you fucking up.
So he says, you're trying to interfere with my connection. He was like, yeah, man, because these people are tired. It's like...
You asked.
But no, Nick, you're gonna have to come up with a better
how that's not good
diagram than that because that's not gonna work.
How's not? You gotta explain that though.
Alaska has longer days. Sometimes 24-hour sunlight, daytime, not sunlight, but it's due to the smaller circles in the north, and then it as it becomes winter, it starts fanning out, doing larger circles.
See how that, you know how that's not gonna work because the Earth evolve around the sun, not the opposite way.
No, you still Madon. You're telling us what they told you. The brother is explaining to you how this works on a on a flat Earth model. You have to explain the flat Earth model by debunking the flat Earth model, not regurgitating what they told you. You keep saying, "Oh, the sun do this, the sun." It doesn't do that on this model, so that's irrelevant to what we're talking about. You feel me?
Right. The sun is at 93 million miles away. It's not a big, thing of helium and hydrogen or whatever the fuck it's on.
Okay, so how fast is that sun going around that flat Earth? How fast is it going?
I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta ask Antonio. He the one track the sun and all that.
Because see, when you realize how fast that sun moving around that flat Earth model, it's not gonna add up.
Have you ever seen the sun move on the ISS?
See that? You ever seen the sun move on the ISS? He just starts making. This is what Dredd does. He starts asking stupid questions that takes you off point. What the guy's saying is this model can't work because the days and the nights would be all over the place, and he's asking the speed.
Nah, because the Earth rotates around the sun.
At what speed, Madon?
What speed?
I'm not exactly sure what speed, but we know it's pretty fast because see when you get a lunar eclipse, see how fast a lunar eclipse or a solar eclipse is over with. So if you study that speed right there, you can kind of calculate it.
But we still can't feel nothing though.
So
there's another one, but we still can't feel nothing. No, what's that got to do with anything? The guy just said because a lunar eclipse happens so quickly, it's over and done with so quickly, you can kind of judge how fast we're spinning. Well, that's what he kind of said, and this guy Dredd just keeps asking stupid questions constantly.
Now you might not can feel it, but you can damn sure see it.
Yeah.
How come they don't show us footage of the lunar eclipse taking from the moon? That would be really cool.
Because it ain't we already know the moon generates its own light. They know that.
Well, I mean, you won't see the same effect. If you're on the moon, you're not gonna
we don't care
you're
about
not gonna.
that.
Exactly, you won't see the same effect because during a lunar eclipse, because the Earth's in the middle, the moon's there, and the sun's behind it. It's like in a line. So if you were on the moon, you'd be looking at it would look like a solar eclipse, but instead of the moon blocking the sun, it'd be the Earth blocking the sun. So it wouldn't be a lunar eclipse if you were on the moon. It's only a lunar eclipse because you're on the Earth. But I wish this dude said that because he's quite smart, but obviously getting hit with all these different fucking stupid questions at once, it's just mind-boggling.
You're not gonna see what we see.
We see the Earth.
But I don't give a fuck about no effects or special effects. You want to see it. That's it.
Now that's what I'm saying. If you're on the moon, right, and a lunar eclipse is happening, you're not gonna see what we see.
No, I want to see if we're on the moon.
You're gonna see like a solar eclipse, but with the Earth. That's what you'd see on the moon during a lunar eclipse from the Earth.
What are you talking about? I want to see the eclipse from a satellite.
Where did that come from? What are you talking about? I want to see an eclipse from a satellite. What? You can only see an eclipse because your perspective where you are on the Earth. Not everybody sees the eclipse at the same time. Like only there's certain spots on the Earth you have to be to see it. This guy wants a satellite of a lunar eclipse. And look, this is what I'm talking about. This is the token white guy. The token white guy, the feminized, almost female. This is almost female. And these are the people that are just pacifists. These are the ones that you lead into the gas chambers because they're just pacifists. The FEMA camps, whatever you want to call them. If the shit ever does hit the fan, these are the people that have never stood for anything in their lives.
I want to see what that looks like from a satellite.
Yeah, I am. I'm kind of interested in that too. I've never seen that. I only seen it from the ground up.
Shouldn't we have seen that by?
Because you'll never see it, because you'll never be in the moon.
Now with all the money we giving him?
All the money we've got, Dread's got this sense of entitlement because he feels that NASA's taken all this money out of his pocket. How greedy is that? It's like the person that's trying to claim, it's like when you find a quid and you've got that sneaky prick that beside you that goes, I've lost a quid, when he never really. He just seen that you found a quid, so he wants a bit of that. It's like, it's just greedy, man. It's a shitty quality to have about you.
I don't know, man. It's all about, I don't know how they got a position up there. So, you know, it's all about timing. So, well, you know, if they time it right, they might can get it.
Of course you haven't seen it. Y'all haven't, look, y'all defending the same people that ain't even showing y'all the good shit. What kind of shit is going, what the hell is world become? They get all this money, they don't show y'all who defend the shit, the good shit, but yeah, you...
What the fuck? What did he just say there? The shit, the good shit. They all know showing you the shit, but you all know that the shit, they're taking the money. What the shit? It's like, I don't... This guy's got like hundreds of viewers.
So you know what? They show us they show us the whack shit, but I'ma still defend them.
Hey, if they're happy with cartoons, they're happy with cartoons. Hey, Madonna, is there enough evidence for Loch Ness?
Oh, here we go. Evidence for Loch Ness monsters and fucking unicorns. Right, I've time-stamped another part of this hangout that was really annoying. It was an hour in, but the boy's still there trying to explain himself, and this is what happens. This is what happens when Dread doesn't like what you're saying, and when Dread's trying to hide the truth. This is Dread hiding the truth.
Again, just like we're all aware of, we're not moving one iota.
As soon as you see Pete Shear in a panel, just leave.
My question to you is that, what have you satisfied yourself?
That can't see nothing in front of it, like you said. Like, I'm not gonna...
There's something about the tilt, and the tilt is not gonna make a difference. Did you not know?
Yeah, because when it's tilt away,
we only see stars above us. They got all these satellites, right? We need a satellite to show a star.
It's not gonna see y'all talk different than us. And I apologize for cutting you off from home.
Right, guys, I thought I had the right timestamp, but Dread plays music over you.
You know, if we weren't still, sorry, Madame, I'm just gonna say we've all met people who are.
We only see stars above us. They got all these satellites, right? We need a.
It's not gonna see from Pluto. It's not gonna.
The way forward.
Anyway, guys, you'll maybe have to check it. Check it yourself, but it's just a total shit show. And any guy that comes on with any decent education and any good points to make, this idiot in the corner starts playing music over them. Loud music. And he's got his little sound bites, he's got these stupid little animations. Even if you look at the side there, YBE News, Gravity, our solar system. Look at our solar system. Is fake and orchestrated by the elites of the world. By. B-U-Y. He's that used to things, he's that used to the money. He can't even spell buy properly. You know what I mean? It's just a joke. Anyway, away with him. Oh, there was I forgot to mention on that You've Been Exposed hangout, Dread, he mentioned something to do with a patent. Someone's got a patent for something, for a flat disc or some shit like that, for Earth being a flat disc. And there was a guy sitting there and he says, holy shit, man, when I heard there was a patent for it, I jumped up my seat, I had to listen. And it was like, they're making a big deal out of this patent. And when I was dabbling in the chemtrail movement, there was a lot of this. Same with the billboards. The billboards were in the chemtrail movement as well. I can almost see it's mirroring stuff that was done in the chemtrail movement. But they had billboards as well. But they also brought up patents. And they seem to think patents are like a definite. But like I said, there's a patent for everything. Here's a couple of patents we can have a look at. An apparatus for facilitating the birth of a child by centrifugal force. Let's have a look at some crazy patents. So if you hear there's a patent on something, I'm sure there's a patent that wipes your ass. I'm sure there's like patents that they're just useless. Just because there's a patent out there, it doesn't mean it's reality. A chin putter. The funny thing about this is that I think the author takes it seriously. It does not seem to be a novelty item. Anti-eating mouth cage, a beer brella, a device for the treatment of hiccups, a motorised ice cream cone, a tricycle lawnmower, a non-lethal cockfighting system. Jesus. Mug incorporating a simulated artificial horizon. That's maybe something the Flat Earth should look into. Oh, I swear, man, there's a mug and it's got an artificial horizon on it. Granted, this isn't very useful, but let me tell you what really worries me about it. I know what I would do with it. I'd sit the cup on my dad's dashboard and used to see how many G's I could pull while driving. The lure of always going for a new personal best would surely be hazardous to one's health. Thanks to Oliver Croft for submitting this one. Stud spectacles. Eaton counter apparatus for mobile vending machine. Like I said, guys, there's lots of shit out there. I seen an electrified tablecloth as well. Pillow with retractable umbrella. Oh god. So he says in that hangout, he talks about, and he was going on about, they thought that was it, that the globe was debunked. They found this pattern. It was debunked. But like I said, patents are nothing, and they've been used in the conspiracy scene for a while, including in the chemtrail stuff. Right, this is another thing I came across, and it was IPS. He was with P. Mars, Tim Osman, Mr. B, Ed Upside Down Head, and Lewis Hackett. And the vet turns up as well. She calls herself Troll Team 6 or whatever it is. But we'll have a little listen to this, guys. And like I said, this is all fair use, and I will fight any copyright claims because it's criticism.
That's my motivation. I said, you're just doing it for the money, for the friends or whatever. But like, who wakes up and says, let me go make friends with a bunch of flat earthers? Like, nobody. But no, my motive, I'm going to bring this thing to a close. You know, we got 5 months for this little shindig here. This is going to end. It's going to end.
No, he's just filling the time to this conference because people were moaning about how far away this conference was. But see, with all this crap happening, it's filling that time.
One way or the other. And if it's flat, it's flat. If it's round, it's round. I'll be the first to admit.
Do you believe the Earth is flat?
I'm agnostic about its rotundity, but I won't say it's flat unequivocally.
That's good.
So he won't say it's flat, but he's got all these memes, globe exit, flat earth this, flat earth that. He fights tooth and nail for flat earth, but he says in this hangout he doesn't even believe it. And I said this weeks ago, guys, he's not even a flat earther. Put it this way, he's just some guy that's came in to make money.
Okay.
There we go. IPS, how you doing, bud? I was pissing, sorry, I was on mute.
Oh, what's up, Ed Upside Down Head? Yeah, I don't think anybody should be...
You hear the way, Jeff Sessions, who's this? But you hear the way everyone kind of welcomes him. Hey buddy, hey brother, and what you get back for, hey Ed Upside Down Head. Yeah, I wanna, it just sounds like a robot, total robot. Who's this anyway? Why was this up? Jeff Sessions, Senator Alabama, Donald Trump.
Committing and saying, I know unequivocally it's a flat earth because we don't have a model, as you've noticed. What we do know is that we have room for doubt, and I'm going to work towards overcoming that doubt by bringing about some evidence in the form of some guy who's sending a rocket up to the car. Doesn't even have to get that high, you know? I mean, even if it gets halfway there, it'll be sufficient.
So we have Mr. B on.
So the Kármán line, guys. Let's have a look at the Kármán line. Right, there's the Kármán line, 100,000 kilometers. A weather balloon can get 50 kilometers. Planes, Mount Everest. So there's Mount Everest, guys, okay, at the bottom. He feels this guy is going to get to the Kármán line where you see the auroras. This is almost into space. I wouldn't say almost into space, but it's really, really high, and it's bullshit. And I'm just surprised no one in that panel pulled him up for that. That's just total bollocks.
On the channel here, he kind of knows a little bit. He was talking about the steam rocket. We didn't really understand how it was going to be launched up and how far it was going to get. Do you really think that he's going to get near the Kármán line with the steam rocket?
Good question.
Good question. Well, if you're raising money for something, you should know these questions.
Good question. I know he's going to get up. I guarantee that the 130,000 feet, no problem.
130,000 feet, no problem.
42 miles from there, I don't know. I'm looking...
Right, I'm going to have to skip that because I don't know why there was music in it.
To see this thing...
This costs 1,000 miles if it was a flat Earth, and it's going to be much, much...
Right guys, so we're talking about a steam rocket. It's not even rocket fuel. This is what I'm talking about. This is Coca-Cola and Mentos. You can probably just get as high with Coca-Colas and Mentos if you've got to put a person in it. If you're going to put a person in it, and like I said, if this is going to be a test to try and debunk flat earth or prove the globe or whatever it is, you would take the man out of the machine. Why does that guy have to sit in the rocket? Because it's not scientific, it's just a daredevil extreme sport. And this is a joke. A steam rocket, also known as a hot water rocket, is a thermal rocket that used water held in pressure vessel at high temperature such that its saturated vapor pressure is significantly greater than the ambient pressure. The water is allowed to escape as steam through a rocket nozzle to produce thrust. Steam rockets are usually pressure fed. And it's kind of like the same concept, guys, when you fill up a 2 litre bottle with water and turn it upside down and you feel as it glugs, glug, 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 you feel there's thrust. And it's similar. And I watched this Mad Mike mic, and he goes like that. Like, it must be a few seconds. It must be a few seconds long. So we're talking about a steam rocket with a guy inside it. Even if he stepped out of it, they could maybe get it higher. They can maybe, because that's obviously added weight. So this guy's not out there to prove the flat earth or not. He's trying to break his own personal best for whatever it is. And this is just helping him get more exposure. And because, has anyone heard of Mad Mike Hughes? Don't think so.
Much shorter if it's a sphere. But I mean, that does cost quite a bit of money, and it sounds like a lot of this rocket is already being, the money's being provided, so this is only just for $7,000 for the flat earth logo on it?
Yeah, $7,000 gives us the flat earth logo, so it turns the rocket launch into a flatter thing. And then the other one, we're going to go off an armor line or attempt to. That's a couple months after that. But by putting our money into this thing now and making it about flat earth, it won't be about some guy trying to pull a big evil Knievel thing. This is going to be about flat earth. That's what the rocket launch will be about. And the guy he's been flat earth for 2 years.
Well, you know that it's going to be huge too. I mean, that kind of media is going to be pretty excellent if it's...
No, there'll be no media for it, really. People on the outside world, Tim, aren't going to care about some guy going in a steam rocket. Maybe if it's a proper rocket, maybe if he was trying to do something useful, but he's just firing himself up in the air and landing back on the ground.
Successful, and it will be plastered with flat earth.
And the only proper media it will get is if the guy dies in it. And as the news crews go up to the smashed rocket, they'll see flat earth on it. This will be the news. It'll be like, just in, man smashes rock, kills himself inside rocket. The cameras will look at the rocket and it'll have flat earth smashed. It'll probably just have a flat. Will probably be smashed off it. It'll probably be just earth with blood and bits and pieces. That's where you probably will get maximum effect in the media. But if it all goes like the last launches, a quarter of a mile, half a mile, nobody's going to give a shit. The only people that are going to give a shit is the people that have got skin in the game, people that have donated to this garbage.
My only question is, I mean, I would have done it for about $2,000. How big is this logo on it?
7 feet by 2 feet, and then on the launcher itself, 2 feet by 4 feet.
It's a flying Tampax.
Do you know do you know if the cabin is going to be pressurized, and if not, if it is going to be a mass oxygen system?
It's going to be pressurised, because of the space and stuff, upside down head. I think you need to turn your head the other way around, because this guy is going to be, that's what I'm saying, I could probably climb a hill higher outside how high this guy is going to go. And there's a good chance he's going to die as well. So, to mention pressurised, it won't have to be pressurised. He's not going to go that high. The oxygen isn't going to get that thin.
Good question.
But I think this is why Ed is there, just to talk shit, just to be, because I see Ed upside down head in the chat. He's one of the mods in the chat, and he's just another arse licker for this Infinite Plane Society.
Be on Jaronism's radio show at TFR tomorrow.
Okay.
And we're going to get more specific questions. I know that he's got I think they spent $100,000 on his suit.
$100,000 on his suit? I doubt it, pal. I doubt it.
Damn.
So.
Damn, everyone just believes him. Everyone just believes him.
The whole launch and everything is going to be like a $2 million operation, but if...
What? I'd rather give NASA fucking $2 million quid.
This thing next month goes very well, it'll be no problem at all to get that kind of funding. I'm going to actually personally go out there to Southern California and watch the rocket launch.
This is a man. What kind of guarantee do you have for, I mean, is there a fund that you show people, look, this is how much money has come in and this is how much is going out, or is it just kind of under the table?
This one's all going through GoFundMe, so it's public and everybody can see how much they put into it, and that's being managed by somebody else, not me. So if somebody was running a scam,
Sure.
It wouldn't work because I'm not touching that money.
How many different names does this guy use?
Well, that's good. I mean, these are all questions the doubters, the skeptics would have, and if that's legitimate,
I've got better questions than that, pal.
and you're doing it that way, then I've actually come to like what you're doing. Obviously, with the Fepe and the trolling and stuff, I think that's actually beneficial for the Helios, the sphere, Earth truth. But as far as this rocket, I mean, there's I can't even get anybody to spend $50 on geodetic surveying equipment just to verify if that's correct. So
nobody wants to put their fucking money into a Coca-Cola's and Mentos fucking rocket, Tim. Bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Come on, let's get real here. What the fuck is this? Clown show. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter where you look now. It's just fucking clown shows.
So you know, I mean, this is a big deal. Like,
No, it's not.
If we can
It's not a
get
big deal.
decent enough cameras
Bullshit.
and stuff,
Shite.
and this actually works, like, this is going to be huge.
Huge.
So I
Well,
Half a mile in the air, huge. Whoa! It's gonna be huge. Is it? Fuck.
I'm also thinking that even if, let's say he goes on this rocket launch in about 6 weeks or whatever, and he crashes, even if that happens, I think this thing will still be moved forward because the number of people who will be suddenly debating this thing, somebody's going to come out with the one shot, one kill, flat Earth is dead, or globe is dead. Somebody's going to come up with something.
I don't think there is, though. It's just the physicality of our world, like just how it is, how small we are compared to it, and how far we can see, and a lot of different factors that just, I mean, it basically makes it impossible to prove to a flat earther unless they get shot up with Mad Mike or Max or whatever. I think that there might be some ad hoc fallacies that come, even if there's a complete sphere, even if.
Stop saying ad hoc fallacies. What there's going to be coming after this failed, shitty, crappy, you probably find a building bigger in your street than this guy's going to go. After that happens, it's not ad hoc fallacies. It's just going to be excuses. Excuses. No ad hoc fallacies. You don't have to use fancy words here. It's going to be bullshit excuses.
If you can completely see the curvature, I think some of them will continue this for years and years to come.
Right, we've shown footage from 30,000 feet up, and there may be curvature, but we can't really detect it with our eyeball. So what makes you think that this guy's going to detect it with 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet up in the air? It's a joke. And
I've worried about that. I'm like, what if this becomes like another cult or something where, like Hollow Earthers, that's been a cult that's been around for like 100 years. It's like, there's no reason to buy into that at all.
Right, anyway, we'll listen to him slavering, and these guys struck this IPS's guy's fucking ego. The only guy that was maybe a wee bit, try to ask him some questions, make him speak, like answer, was Lewis. And a wee bit of P. Mars kind of said that his chats were like communist or religious fundamentalist groups. But as soon as P found out that this guy IPS does witchcraft, he shat his pants.
I don't have a problem with it. Hopefully this will be the nail in the coffin.
Because he believes in the shit.
I think if it does show curvature, there will be a lot that say fuck this basically.
Right, anyway, where was I? 21.
Does show curvature, there will be a lot that say fuck this basically. But I think that this is going to be a little niche group, a little cottage industry for years to come, really.
Well, if I'm convinced by the results of this thing that it's a spinning ball, I'll probably do a 180 and I'll just go full bore globy, and I'll just be like, hey, this is bullshit. Let's stop this. But if you did set up a crowdfund account to like get some geodesy equipment and do some experiments, I would totally back it. Like if you wanted to, or if you know someone who does it, I would totally be interested in learning more about that and seeing how it may or may not make the case as well.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I'll be in touch about that. I don't think I would take any of the money, but I think that I might actually do some experiments myself. I was actually on a mountain in Boulder not too long ago with the theodolite doing the eye level test and whatnot. So I might do that on my own actually.
On one note before I go here, it's not really about the money, but it's about every person who invests suddenly has an interest in the outcome, and
it's called skin in the game. It's a marketing technique.
And that's kind of my angle. Like, I would rather have 100 people donate $20 a piece to this rocket than have one big donor step in, because I want all these people invested in it, involved in it, because we want this thing to go viral, because it's all about getting people to talk about this issue.
And that is for what? To get more people, like the quantitative kind of thing, or is it that you want the qualitative people that actually know to come into this arena and start giving better evidences than these laymen? You know,
it's both. It's both. I want the question raised by enough voices so that people know, okay, it's not settled science yet. And then that pressure will result in the people who can make the case one way or the other to actually take this thing seriously and make the investigation happen.
Yeah, exactly. There's just, like I said, it's the conspiracy crowd, and like there's you have to be kind of told about
the feds, and like only 20% of them were like legit. You know what I mean? So like I don't know. It was a big information gathering type thing. So who knows? I don't know.
It's an information war, and they understand that it's the grand chessboard. They understand that you need to play both sides, basically.
I guess my point is that if they were to go to those measures in the 90s...
I play both sides, and you can see the chat here, Rebel, who's a vet. I love this panel. We all look good together, smiley face. Troll Team 6, ha 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 ha.
Then why wouldn't they just...
This could be Troll Team 6. I think we're all getting fucking played here.
Employ people in the 2010s and like just sit on a computer. Like...
They do. There's J-Trig and there's all kinds of
There's all kinds of things. There's all kinds of things.
But I think it's funny when I'm called a...
Isn't that what we are?
Yeah, we're globe shills.
Nah, dude,
it's funny because we're actual truthers, like trying to bring what we think is the truth to people that call themselves truthers, that completely have blinders on and shut off any...
If you want to bring the truth, you would shut guys like this at IPS. This is a good opportunity to expose this guy right where he stands, man. Like, if you knew anything about the steam rocker, oh, fuck, man. And it's just passive-aggressive morons. That's what I'm saying, man.
We're all just lappers. We're all just live action role players.
Sure we are, Ed. Sure we are. More fucking slaving and shit. Right. Like I said, have a listen to yourselves. It's on Osmond's channel.
If I can't perceive it, I can't even identify it.
Do you grow? Do you grow stuff, Tim? Like plants?
It turned into P asking Tim about plants. Great.
Beautiful ladies. But hey IPS, do you want to? I don't know if it's too soon, but you want to have a chat fairly soon about maybe the us for STEM mentality.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to be available pretty much this whole week, just working on stuff. But yeah, I think that's an important topic. And thanks for having me on. I appreciate your commentary, everyone here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming, brother. We definitely can chat about other things and not be so us versus them kind of mentality like everybody else does, because I think that you have...
Everybody else does. This guy, like I said, this IPS guy, he's created us versus them. He's made these little society, globe exit, ban everybody, naysayers, all this crap, and now you want to have a wee discussion about it.
Fucking nuggets that I would love to explore. And seriously, and I personally don't like to wade through all of the the memes.
Fucking sellouts, man.
Like
fucking sellouts.
There's 300 people in your fucking life.
This whole panel.
And they are enjoying it. So
I'm saying, I'm finished with this.
Appreciate it, brother.
Finished.
Happy Father's Day, everyone.
Did I offend you last night?
Oh, listen to this. Did I offend you last night?
No, you were drunk. Have a good night.
Okay, he's drunk. Later, bro.
Boss has spoken. Later, brother. Like, you notice how they give him the whole brother and ha, buddy. But he never gives him that. He's just, It's like their boss.
That was interesting.
Fucking hell, man. Pacifist. What's the point anymore? What's the point? Like I said, I'm stepping away from all these characters, away from the chats. I'm going to keep making my own videos. I'll keep having my own hangouts. But when it comes to mixing with either side, I think they want to be part of something. It's pathetic. It's really pathetic. Anyway, like I said, I'm using this in fair use and criticism. This is Mike Hughes, and it doesn't look like he's got a £1 million suit on. How much was the suit? There's your rocket, and there's a parachute ripped to shreds. And that's as high as it gets. That's as high as it gets. Yeah, and I had hardly any views, because I watched this before, I had hardly any views, but obviously all the flat earthers have been here, Like, you can already see the Feppy. Yeah, Mad Mike, flat earth community supports you. What an idiot, someone says. Maybe, got balls though, ain't he? Flat Earth history in the making. Thank you, Mike. Very cool. Good luck, Mike. That's some Wile E. Coyote shit. The Earth is flat and motionless and space does not exist. This rocket will prove it to the whole plane. Join Flat Earth Los Angeles on Facebook. Hey! My ancestry DNA results are in. You can probably see that on the screen, guys. Ooh! Maybe a new video about what I am. I think John LeBon might be interested in this stuff. Or does he think that DNA is fake as well? Don't know. Right, Flat Earth history in the making. Thank you, Mike. He is fortunate for a couple of reasons. The rocket arced over and flew horizontally. It could have dived back down. Reason for this, that the launch angle was too shallow and he was dependent on lift, and a rocket does not generate lift. Parachute deployed at too fast of a speed, which shredded it. I cannot believe he only used one tether to hold the chute in place. Had that let go, he would have been on his way to China. Seriously, dude, don't do this again. You'll give bad advice to other idiots. And one more thing, for the sake of the human race, don't reproduce. Jesus. Mike, somebody says. Mike Hughes' first jump cost me a legal battle. Mike Hughes, first jump at Piper Springs, Arizona, cost me a legal battle. $3,000 destruction of my land, and Mike was in debt to the earth equipment. When he wanted another jump, I got my best friend John Gersh for 10 sequence jumps, 6,500. This is a total of 65 grand over 10 jumps. I am legal agent at 50%, 15%. My legal consultant has the agency contract. Mike Hughes is only in it for himself. He owes everyone. He makes his own reasons. He does not fly for the John Grish, the 9 other jumps will not occur until John, what Mike Hughes to do every time, live up to his word. So if I were able to turn back the hands of time, I feel I would be the largest idiot to learn to loan Mike Hughes money when he performs as contracted. The truth will be written, but as of today, he owes everyone money. Well, there you go, guys. There you go. That was a year ago. So it sounds like con man. Speaking to con man, IPS is a con man. Mad Mike Hughes is obviously, he's got a few people not happy with his shit. But like I said, the Carmen line, miles away. The rocket jump, check it out. It's pathetic. And this is a free chat, and this is now run by P Mars. And this was a hangout that happened the other night there. So it's looking more like that gathering you've seen in IPS. They're all connected. And the free chan, they keep saying, oh, free chan, it's just a debate channel. Fair enough, you can keep saying that, but it always turned into a flat earth channel. It always turned into a flat earth channel. The people that ran it were flat earthers, and it was just, and this is where the likes say Poncho Pete lent his trade. Vinny, Poncho Pete, Issa Mahalski, even Spectacles and certain people, even could even say as far as P Mars. Not lending their trade, but was hanging around there in the early days. I was listening to P Mars when he was a flat earther. I was listening to DQ. Interesting to listen to these people back in the day and how their views have changed over time. Anyway guys, so I'll be staying away from this shit. I know P Mars is running it, but like I said, I'm going to take a back step from all these characters nowadays, because I think they're not in it for the truth, man. They're in it for the group. Even the Globers are in it for the group. So I'm taking this lone wolf stance. So this is no more with these characters. So I was trying to find the Born Earth model, and it just comes down to empiricism, I think, with John. And you can't make the sky, you can't judge what's in the sky to judge the shape of the earth. And you can stand by that, John, man, but when I look up at a lunar eclipse and see the earth's shadow is a curve, what other shape could it be? What other shape? And I'm using my empirical, I'm using experience, I'm using observations. I've done it all my videos. It doesn't prove it spins in any way, I suppose, but it proves it's curved. And this is another thing I was thinking, guys. If it was going to be a genuine rocket attempt, right, you could have a lot smaller rocket, a lot more streamlined rocket. A lot more streamlined rocket, more fuel, proper like rocket fuel, and have a camera. Wait till there's a full moon, right? So launch a rocket when there's a full moon. Think about it, right? If the moon is as close as all the flat earthers are saying, because they reckon that the moon's a lot closer than what globe Earth believe. We believe it's 250,000 miles away. These people believe it's maybe 30 miles up in the air. But if that is the case, why not fire a rocket at a full moon? And if the moon gets bigger, significantly quicker, it must be close. If you fire a rocket with a camera fixed on the moon, and then the rocket travels a couple of thousand feet, 10,000 feet even, if that moon hardly changes in size in the footage, that means it's a good distance away. But if the moon suddenly gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, it's obviously closer. So there's an experiment for you guys in flat earth. Suggest it. Globebusters, you try it. Send a rocket up with a camera fixed on a full moon towards the moon, and if the moon gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it's close. If the rocket goes up a few thousand feet and it's still hardly a change in size, well, we know it's far away. There we go. There's something simple. You didn't have to put any numpties in a rocket on the verge of killing themselves. All this money, you've been exposed to these t-shirts, and guys, like I said, this has turned into a total clown show, and I don't want to be part of it anymore. Even if I'm fighting for the globe, I don't want to be part of this society. I'd rather stay on have my own hangouts, have my own videos. I still do flat earth ones, but I'll just not be involved with all the characters. It's looking more groupy than anything. People aren't wanting the truth. If I had Infinite Plane Society on my panel, there'd be a lot more. I would have dug into him a lot more instead of stroking his ego, because that's all it sounded like. All it sounded like is all of them were stroking his ego. Even P Mars was disappointed. Just pacifist guy, he's just pacifist. That's it. Anyway, hope you have a good rest of the week, and no doubt there's going to be new shit happen, and there's going to be me coming out and making a video about it. Anyway, check out the Bond model, which doesn't really exist. Just John talking about what he believes in, but there's no real model. So, where do we go? Anyway guys, I hope you have a good day. I'll see you all soon.